Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am talking fashion hacks. I have a whopping 15 for you. Yeah, these fashion hacks honestly have saved my butt in a serious pickle. A lot of different kind of circumstances, whether it's stains on your favorite white shirt, or one time serving, I had the fly of my jeans just continue to fall down, and let me tell you, no one wants to look at your bright pink thong while you're serving them some food. It's really, really awkward. So these fashion hacks have saved my life over the years, and now I'm going to share them with you because helping people on YouTube is what I'm here to do, whether it's styling, overalls 1,000 different ways, or showing you how to pretend not to look bloated when you're out at dinner and your stomach literally explodes, because I am a victim of bloatation station, let me tell you. I'm gonna stop rambling, and don't forget to subscribe before we get into this little video. Hit that subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video when I upload, and let's get on into it. Fashion hack number one is a magic eraser. It doesn't necessarily have to be, what's the guy, Mr. Clean, the bald guy. Doesn't have to be that brand. I've used like the dollar store brand before and it's totally worked the same. I actually find these magic erasers at the dollar store. They're like, I think $1.25 for a box. They slay at cleaning white shoes, and I have an obsession with white running shoes. Love them. Have a whole video on how to style them right here. And it's inevitable that they're gonna get gross. It just kind of happens. And magic erasers have seriously been the save-all for me for years. You just wet it a little, scrub away, and instantly it's gone. These shoes in particular were grass-stained because I am an adult child and was doing like headstands and crap in the grass a while back, so they were a little scruffy, so the magic eraser definitely killed it and highly suggest. Okay, so getting anything on your white clothing is the most annoying thing on the whole planet. I am a slob kebab, as I've mentioned many times over. Somehow I just cannot wear white without getting something like intense on it. Not like, oh, I dropped like, I don't know, water on my shirt. Like I fully just, I kill things. My friend actually hooked me up with this little hack. I last summer bought my favorite pair of white overalls from Levi's. They are divine. Okay, so last summer, riding my bike, second day I owned my overalls. So, riding away, my boyfriend's behind me, and he literally screams, so I thought he died. I stop, and he's like, oh my god, don't look. And I'm like, great. I literally had a panic attack in public, like screamed so loud. He was probably so mortified, but I was heartbroken because, I work hard for the stuff that I have.
I work hard for the money, so hard for the money.
And it was a good old red berry stain right on my booty, so it looked like a period stain. It was all around just a really bad time, and it was summer, so I didn't have a sweater to cover up my butt. Whatever. It wasn't a period stain, and if it was, who cares? We all get periods, but like, it's kind of annoying and not really fun. Home, thankfully I was on a bike and didn't have to walk home with a big old stain on my butt. And then I was like freaking out, and my friend tells me to use a Tide pen. So I went home, I had a Tide pen thankfully, and I scrubbed the crap out of it, and then I sprayed it with Resolve. And I'm telling you, that combo will get out anything. Maybe not blood, because blood's a really hard one to get out. So if you like cut yourself and you get blood on your white clothes, you're basically screwed. But a Tide pen and Resolve combo, magic. This next one is for when you want to wear oversized clothing and the sleeves are just too long. You're walking around, you don't want to look like you're wearing clothes that don't fit and it doesn't look that cute, but you're trying to look cute. I have a hack for you. You take a hair tie, not like a super new one. You don't want it to be too tight because it's gonna look too false. Like it's not gonna look like a natural kind of wrinkly push like it would right here that would hold. So with this blazer, it's silky. It's not gonna hold when I do this. So you put the hair tie just below the elbow and then you push up. That way you can allow the shirt to still have some natural sort of like wrinkles falling over, but this faux one will look like a normal elbow crease. But you're tricking them because you got a hair tie on your arm. And then you can wear that really cool oversized jacket and not have to feel like your sleeves are like getting into things. I love to wear oversized things, but then you go out to dinner or something and you're like reaching over the pasta and then you have pasta sauce in your arm and it's a whole ordeal. So this tip will save you. Sometimes we buy items and the zippers just do not work. A lot of the times I will buy vintage items and the zippers are really, really tough. You know, technology wasn't as hot back then, so the zippers, you know, maybe weren't as good. I'm just gonna stop talking. As I find that vintage clothing, the zippers stick a lot, especially on jackets. So this jacket in particular is a pain in my backside all of the time. And I learned this trick when I was working retail. Sometimes people are trying on jackets and they'd like, they have a hard time doing up the zipper when it's really long, like those TNA coats, or I learned this when I was working at Joe Fresh, especially if it has a double zipper, like the one on the top and the bottom, so you can do it up and kind of have the jacket open at the bottom. It's like the jacket that I'm wearing in this clip. It's hard to sometimes catch them together and be able to pull the jacket up, and when you're trying to sell a jacket, you don't want them to be struggling and then they don't buy it and then you lose the sale. So I was taught in retail, you grab both sides of the coat, you don't actually grab onto the zipper, and you take the side that's going into the zipper and you hang on to it and you kind of slide it in and then you pull the zipper up holding that side. It's like the most low fail rate way to do up your coat. Best hack, it really is. And if you're working in retail, trying to sell that, you know, $300, $400 coat at Aritzia, then you're going to want to know this trick, because if you're bending down and someone can't do up the zipper and it's too much of a struggle, like give a person 5 seconds, if they're not interested anymore, they're not going to buy that coat. So use this trick. So I have a couple of pairs of jeans that just don't love to stay up. And by up, I mean the zipper. I have this one pair of jeans that I like to wear at work a lot because they're not expensive. They're from Joe Fresh. They're very comfortable. They're like their jegging brand. And I can bounce around, I can bend down, but the problem is the zipper falls down all of the time and it's infuriating. And like I mentioned in the intro, I don't want my pink underwear showing at the table and then, you know, they're looking at me weird and maybe your tips go down because they think you can't get your life together. So you take a little hair tie. It could be a real hair tie or there's little teeny tiny elastic ones, whatever floats your boat, whatever you got on hand. And you loop it through the actual zipper. There's generally a little hole at the tip of the zipper. Loop it through there, tie a knot so that it doesn't slip out at any point. Do up your pants, wrap it around the little button clasp button. I know what it's called, and I'm in fashion. I'm going to figure that out. Wrap it around here, and then do up your pants, and you can't even see the elastic. It is a genius idea, and you know, if you have your favorite pair of jeans but the zipper falls down all the time, then got a hack for you. Or you could just buy button flies, which is what I buy all the time. I have a problem with bloating. I don't know what it is. Ever since I got my appendix out, it's been tenfold, like way worse. So every time I go out in public, I like, you know, go to dinner or whatever, eat, and then my stomach like explodes, and then my pants are hurting my stomach and everything's uncomfortable and I don't want to do anything else after. So those teensy tiny little elastics are your best friend. I wrap it through the loop of the jeans and then wrap it over the button that it would normally go through. I don't add them together, I just leave it open. You can really only do this if you have a shirt that's covering your pants, otherwise, you know, unless you're willing to look like you're like, yo, I'm bloated and I can't do anything about it. Fine by me, I've definitely done that before. Desperate times call for desperate measures, but yeah, this is a really good trick if you are a bloatation station member like me and you need to figure it out real hot and quick. This is probably my favorite hack because I'm bloated all the freaking time. Okay, this next one is about depilling your clothing. I don't have this yet. It is on Amazon. I am going to buy it. It's in my Amazon wish list. I think you can see it publicly. If you can see my Amazon list, I will link it down below. I always pin things that I love and things that I want to buy. So, but yeah, definitely need to get this. I need to get my hands on one so bad. I have a ton of items that I love in my closet, but You know, it happens more often with things that are a little bit cheaper, like H&M sweaters, even like jackets that I've gotten from Aritzia that are like a cashmere wool blend. They tend to pill, and pilling always makes it look, you know, like it's just getting old. So a little de-piller, de-bobbler as the Brits call it all the time, will really help you out in that regard. That and a steamer I think everyone should just have on hand because it will save your life in a pinch. Might look a little different, my camera died and had to come back, but we're back. What was I saying? Okay, the next little hack is how to clean up suede. I love to buy vintage stuff, we all know this, and sometimes when you buy suede items they're just normally pretty beaten up. I found this red Coach bag at Value Village for $4 and it was kind of beaten up. I'm really sad that I didn't take a before picture, but I didn't. So just imagine that it was very dark and like black kind of worn in areas all over it. And the trick is an emery board or a nail file. This is like the most genius hack ever. You just lightly rub it over the suede part that's kind of, you know, needs a little bit of love. And then after, I like to go in with a toothbrush with some vinegar and water. I just find that it helps like the color come back and soften out the suede leather again, because it can look a little bit like pale and like scratched. I promise this is the trick. And it works and I love it, and my entire kitchen floor was like full of red dust, but now this bag looks banging, brand new almost. Not really, but it looks good. And I'm really happy with it, and I'm so happy that I found this trick, because now when I find bags that I think are, you know, not the best, I can change that. So I don't have any items to show for this because I've been trying to be good. But if you have an oil stain, like say you're eating pizza and you drip a little oil onto your shirt, Dawn dish soap is literally a godsend. I mean, you've seen the commercials. I'm pretty sure it's Dawn, the one that like has the penguins and like the oil spills. That soap? Yeah, it is. It's gotta be, because Dawn has the little like animals on the bottle. It will seriously get oil stains out. It comes in clutch. So definitely remember that next time you are a slob kebab like me and drip grease all over yourself. This is another hack that I learned in the retail world. I can't count how many times a shirt would come out of the changing room and there would be deodorant all over it. There's no way of getting deodorant out until velvet hangers get out deodorant stains. You just rub it on and it comes right off all fabrics, any kind, whatever. These things will fix that nightmare real quick. There's so many times that I have put on a really oversized shirt and I want it to look good, but I can't really figure it out. And I recently found this hack. I know most people will like just put your pants on and then tuck away, and it kind of just looks frumpy. The whole shirt looks frumpy underneath. You're giving yourself like a muffin top that's not needed. So the real trick is to not put your pants on yet, pull the shirt all the way down. You leave it all the way down and then you pull the shorts, or in this case shorts, you pull whatever bottom you have all the way over and keep the shirt flat as possible against your body. And then you want to lift up your arms, and that's going to give you that like natural pull of fabric to come out and comfortably sit over your pants. And then you can kind of zhuzh it where you need to. Don't like yank it out obviously, because it's not going to look good. This is one of my favorite hacks for getting dressed. Alright ladies, we are all a victim of bronzer on the neck. It's really inevitable. It's going to happen. Especially if you're wearing a turtleneck. You know, you're going to bring bronzer down your neck and it's going to rub. This is not what I'm talking about. I am talking about when you're putting on a shirt, like a scoop neck t-shirt or something like that, something that's kind of tight, that you have to bring over your head, that you're most likely going to rub your face onto. Say you did your makeup already, you're like, frick. A silk scarf is going to save your life. You just stick it over your head. It's not going to mess up your hair. Stick the shirt over and bam, you're good to go. This is a really good trick if you're like, you know, you're getting ready, going to like a wedding or something, and you're doing all your makeup and hair first. You're obviously not going to sit around in your dress all day because it's going to get wrinkled. I've seen this hack a billion times, but I had to throw it in here because it is helpful AF. There are so many times that we want to wear an oversized sweater with like kind of a tighter bottom or maybe even a loose bottom, but you don't want the sweater to be too frumpy and just, you know, you don't want to look frumpy. Frumpy is the key word here. So instead of tucking it into your skirt in this case or your pants, and then again it creates that like faux muffin top that you don't have or you have and you don't want to accentuate, tuck the sweater up into the bottom of your bra. It doesn't even have to be an underwire bra. I did this on one of those like bralettes and it totally works just the same. As long as your bra is tight at the bottom, it will be fine. You just tuck it in and it will sit there all day long, and it gives you that perfect cropped kind of look, but still gives you that like billowy oversized look that you are going for. I love this hack. I think it's so clutch. I can't tell you the amount of times that I put on a belt, being a very tiny human being, and it just being way too long and it like doesn't fit into the next loop properly, or it's past the second loop and it's like flopping around back there and you have a tail. I just found this hack and I love it so much. You take a tiny elastic hair tie thingy. I get these at the dollar store in a pack like this because you're gonna lose all of these in like 4 months, so you don't want to spend too much money on them. You take that and you put it onto your belt already on the side that you're going to be doing up, you know, where the notches are. Just leave it there, put your belt in, and then you slip it in and it gives you a faux belt loop. And it's so, this is a godsend of a hack, I swear. This is so freaking smart. Another like bonus hack is the way that I loop belts in like a fashionable way. So if they're too long but they're kind of cute and you want it to show, then I kind of loop it around and give it like a little tuck, and then it pokes out a little bit and you can see the detail of the end of the belt. The way that you do it, you know, it looks like it's done on purpose. So it doesn't look like your belt just hanging out. It looks like, you know, tied a cute little knot and you were like, look at my cute belt. I do it sometimes. It all depends. It's all very situational, but most of the time I just do that little elastic trick and dang, it's a good trick. This last hack is for when you are wearing longer skirts, kind of like billowy, flowy, like boho skirts, and you want to wear, you know, a chunky knit kind of sweater with it. But that doesn't generally, most of the time, look good unless the sweater is cropped. So you have to like faux crop it. I like to use a really thin belt so that if it does peek out, it looks kind of on purpose and it's kind of trendy, but it also is hidden so you don't see it. You're going to place the belt onto the sweater where you want the crop to happen. So I wanted it to happen like where my waist was. So I popped it there, and then you slowly pull the sweater out, and it's all about zhuzhing it into the right place. It's not an arm situation because it's just going to pop out and then it's just not going to work. It's like a very forced and placed thing that needs to happen. So you kind of pull it out slowly, move it around. Sometimes you have to like move the sweater in and out to make it look like, you know, one part's not doing this and one part's tight. Kind of zhuzh it where you want it to go, and then, yeah, you have a little cropped sweater and a cute little belt. And if you want the belt to show, you can kind of pull it out a little bit. It all depends on your look, but this is a really good hack if you wear a lot of long kind of flowy skirts. Okay, that was a lot of hacks. I'm pretty sure it's 15. If it wasn't, then sorry. Was not a mathematician in my day.
Still my day is still happening. I am not a mathematician. Let's just stop it there.
I really hope that these hacks were helpful for you. They honestly save my life all the time, so I'm hoping I can save your life too. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other hacks. I would love to know them, to keep them in my back pocket, to whip them out when I need them. I can't have enough hacks. You just can't. Don't forget to subscribe down below, hit that like button if you liked the video, share this video with your friends if it was helpful for you, it might be helpful for somebody else, and follow me on Instagram if you so like, right here, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!